2 weeks in a row of losing sleep off a Thursday night game. Thank you, NFL. Thank you so much, NFL, for giving us these blockbuster Thursday night games. Not Sunday night, not Monday night, but Thursday night. Great. Midweek, when people got to be up early on Friday. Some people run at 6 a.m. on Friday, but it's okay. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. It's a great game. But for a Thursday night game, Thursday night games are supposed to suck. Tell me that they're not.
No, they have been in the past. They've always sucked in the past.
All right. But, so thank you, NFL, so much for that. It means a lot. Now I got to lose sleep over this one again because this is one of the best games that they're probably going to be the best.
That Lions game.
So did I.
That game was good.
Yeah. This is going to be the same type. It's going to be back and forth, back and forth. The first quarter is going to be boring. The second quarter is going to be boring. But then, so if you want to take a nap in the first half,
take a nap.
And then
when the game's over, you can't go to sleep.
Yes. Just go out there and do something outside. Go jump rope. Go hit something. I don't know.
Yoga. Put your feet on the ground.
Go tackle a tree. I know that hurt. Go tackle a tree or something. Right, but 49ers versus Rams. EJ's going to give us an X Factor bowl prediction and then a score. I already know he's going to pick the Rams. I just feel that vibe when I walked in here. He's going to pick Rams. Yeah, Rams easily.
Well, I felt that you were going to pick the 49ers when I was writing the notes.
And so. I did. So what's the point? What's like?
Whatever, man. All right, guys. So my X Factor is defense, okay? The 49ers defense is weak in the secondary, but strong up front. The strongest part of the Rams offense is the Rams passing games. Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Matthew Stafford. I'm a huge Matthew Stafford fan. He's a dog, man. He's insane. Matthew Stafford is insane. He just went tick for tack with MVP Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen is MVP this season. I know I love Saquon Barkley, but those are the only two that I would give it to. And he just won this game 44-42. Now let me go to the Rams.
I called that.
You did call that. He did call that. His bold prediction, he was very, very on that. He called the Rams upset against the Bills. Good job, Seb Money. The Rams defense is weak against pretty much everything. They're middle of the pack against the run. They're not good against the pass. They're very good at rushing the passer, though, as they have rookie sensation at linebacker Jared Verse. Him and Quinyon Mitchell are up.
Quinyon
Mitchell for the Eagles.
Sorry,
those are the two top candidates for Defensive Player of the Year. Jared Verse has 4.5 sacks and 2 forced fumbles on the season. So I think it really comes down to who can game plan and take away what the other team is good at. This Rams defense needs to step up and force Brock Purdy to throw the ball and force Deebo Samuel to make plays. Brock Purdy can throw the ball, but if you shut down Juwan Jennings and key in on, George Kittle, which Jared Verse plays linebacker, I think he can do so. Like I said, he is a pass rusher, though, but I think they can do so. Then now you are forcing the other players on the 49ers to make plays. If the 49ers can get after Matt Stafford, Nick Bosa can hit Matt Stafford a whole bunch and cause some conflict in his decision-making, then the 49ers could win this game because their defense is going to step up and make the Rams play from behind and make, Matthew Stafford's brain all scattered and not know what to do, and Sean McVay be very indecisive also. So that's my X factor is defense. Now, my bold prediction. San Francisco 49ers wide receiver Juwan Jennings will have over 50 yards and a touchdown. In week 3, he had a game for the ages last time he played this team. He had 175 yards, 3
know the
touchdowns.
best out of that, right?
Yeah, I played him in fantasy in 2 different leagues that week. One of them was against our boy Christian. Shout out to my boy Christian.
Which league does he have him in?
Money Pot.
Okay, good, because looking like in fantasy football, you're playing Christian and I'm playing his cousin. Unless Chase Brown absolutely...
No, the first seed gets a bye.
Not in Christian's league.
Isn't it the top 7 seeds?
Queston's the top seed.
You're right about that. And I'm playing Christian.
Yeah, as of right now, unless Chase Brown absolutely pops off and brings you back against his
He
cousin.
needs 20-something.
Yes.
But his cousin
And
has someone
then
else
me and you
playing,
would
too.
flip-flop. But right now, I'm up because I have the third most points scored in the league. But that's not the point. Point is next week looks like one of us is playing Christian. One of us is going to play
So
Christian.
one of us is going to be knocking out the commissioner of this league is what we're saying. But here, let's see. What do I need? I need 20. Well, Chase Brown already has 5.4. So I need 26 points. 28 points. 8. No. 135 minus 118 equals 10 plus another.
See, because I already lost. Because I benched Jordan
I need
Addison.
17 points.
I benched Jordan Addison. He had 40, which that's why I lost. It's crazy. You could drop 100 to 100, like 25 plus, and still lose in this league. That's, I don't know.
And it's a 12-man league, so it's pretty crazy. Alvin Kamara sold, dude. 44 yards. He sold my 16-leg parlay. This is the only thing I needed to happen was him to get 50 yards. He got 44.
Sir, break a lot. Sold my part.
Sir, break a lot. Yeah, so whatever. AK-47, you owe me. AK-44, I should say, because he couldn't give me 50 yards. All right, guys. In week 3, he had a game for the ages. Like I said, 175 yards and a hat trick. He had 3 touchdowns. That came on 11 receptions out of 12 targets. Since coming back from injury, he's had 90 yards or more in 3 out of his last 5 games. Also, 8 targets or more in those 3 games. And he's never had 5 targets, or he's never had less than 5 targets in 5 straight games. So since coming back from injury, he's been a vocal point of this passing game. He's gone over 50 yards in 3 out of 5 games of his career against the Rams. He's also had 5 touchdowns in 5 games versus this team. This is a very similar situation to week 3 because Debo and CMC and Kittle were out in that week 3 game. Now Ayuk and CMC are out this game. Garendo also got hurt. Both CMC and Ayuk are on IR, like I said, so they have to be getting Juwan Jennings involved if they want to make the playoffs because they have to get him up to speed and make him comfortable. He also is already pretty comfortable. They know they can rely on him. And Kittle's banged up and Debo's banged up. Juwan Jennings is really the only healthy player on this team that is a playmaker. So, Juwan Jennings over 50 yards and a touchdown. Take us away.
I just read the Jonathan Brooks. That's crazy. All right. For my X Factor, and EJ kind of touched on this, it's going to be Brock Purdy in the passing game for San Fran. Last match that he had against his Rams team, he torched his team of 292 pass yards and 3 touchdowns. And playing similar secondaries, and what I mean by this is weak secondaries, versus the Bucs, he had 353 pass yards. And the Bears, which is a respected secondary, it's not good, it's not great, but it's decent. It is better than the Rams, and it is better than the Bucs. And I'm going to be honest about that. He notched 325 pass yards with 2 TDs. He is 5-2 in games. He has gone over 250 pass yards. So if Brock Purdy passes the ball and he goes over 250 pass yards, most likely the 49ers are not going to lose this game. He's 3-1 in games where he passes 2 touchdowns or more. Okay? And with the running game being on IR
This season. He's 3-1
this season.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
With the running game being on IR with Christian and Jordan Mason being on IR.
Garendo got an MRI this week.
Jesus.
He's getting one.
When Brock performs, the 49ers most likely win. That's how it's been this year. He's 5-2 with over 250 pass yards, and he's 3-1 when he throws 2 touchdowns or more. And he's going to have to throw the ball because he really doesn't have anybody to hand the ball off to. So, if he performs, they'll cruise to a win. That's just and that's not me riding the 49ers every single time. It's just me being honest. I'm giving you the facts here of why this is something that happens consistently. What, he's lost 3 times that I've already talked about here, right? So I like my odds. It's all about how he's able to manage the game. They say he's the best game managing quarterback in the NFL, and
He's in
that
the
is
best
true.
game managing situation.
He is. You're absolutely right. There's no problem with that, though. He's doing what he's supposed to do.
I think Sam Darnold can manage the game pretty well, too.
Not better than Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy's been in a Super Bowl. Sam Darnold has not.
That's the
And
roster.
last point for this X Factor, 49ers win when this man leads drives with his passing ability. That's how it's going to be. So, the 49ers have any chance of this? Brock Purdy needs to pass that ball versus one of the league's worst secondaries in the NFL. So,
I'm excited to see what your prediction is for the 49ers next year because they're not going to be nearly as good. They have to pay Purdy.
I'm gonna look into that. I'm definitely not gonna have them over 8 wins.
You're not.
No, I'm CMC.
You constantly choose them to win.
I do like CMC redemption though.
I think so too.
I think CMC is gonna carry that team to maybe 8 wins exactly.
What was his injury? Do you know?
PCO, sprained PCO.
Okay, so he'll be fine next year.
So I'm not going to pick the 49ers to win 12 or 13 games. I will pick the I don't think I'll pick them to win the division, but they'll make the playoffs. I think they're a playoff team because CMC coming back, he's going to go off. Jawan Jennings, going to go off. Deebo Samuel, I don't know. He might not be there anymore.
Yeah.
Brendan Ayuk, probably not. So it just depends what they get in the trades as well, and also the draft. You know, who they draft. So I'm not going to be so high on them next year. I was high on them this year because I thought it was going to be a redemption year. But then you got to keep in mind, they're the most injured team in the NFL. If they were healthy, they'd be one of the best teams in the NFC.
They're 6-7.
They'd be at least 10 wins by now.
Dude, if they tank right now, they would be 6-12. No, 6-11, and they'd have a top 10 pick. That's what I would do if I was them.
Nah, because what I'm about to tell you right now, they're starting to get their players back slowly. Obviously not like Christian and like all of them, but on the defense side of the ball, they're starting to get they're starting to get players back. So my bold prediction is the 49ers will win back-to-back games for just the second time this season.
Okay.
And I think that's pretty bold because they've went from a team that did that consistently to a team that's not been doing that as often this year.
This is their second ever win streak.
Yeah, they won't.
Week 15.
They won't get swept by the Rams. They will also start a winning streak going into the playoffs with this win over the Rams. They will win 3 of their last 4 games. Could be 4-4 if they beat the Lions. I don't really see that happening unless they just completely go off on every aspect.
Dude, the Lions want to beat the Niners.
So, the 49ers are 2.5-point favorites going into this game at home. It's a divisional matchup. The 49ers were able to blow out the Bears and rest most of their starters. Unlike the Rams, where they went toe-to-toe with the Bills and pulled off a heroic effort. I know every player on that team needed a damn ice bath, boy. I know they were like in the locker room huffing and puffing. Okay? There's no way in hell you play a game like that and you just walk off and say, yeah, I'm good. No. The 49ers did that, though. They walked off.
You got a good point there.
The 49ers did not play their starters the last 8 minutes of that game.
You got a good point there.
The Rams, however, they are going to be tired, man. It's a short week for both of these teams. So, going on with that,
Very, very
with
good
that point,
I almost want to change my pick, but go on.
they are more rested, and they beat up on a better defense than the Rams did. Okay? The Rams pulled off that Bills secondary is questionable. I like the Bears secondary over the Bills secondary. The Bears just can't move the ball on offense. Okay? So they're more rested, and they beat up on a better defense this past week, and they blew them out. They absolutely blew them out. Nick Bosa should be coming back for this game. And some of their other starters like Dre Greenlaw.
That's big.
Is
that his first game? This is his first game of the season.
This is the first game of the season. He's reported to come back. Kyle Shanahan hasn't said anything yet. So when I did these notes, there was nothing about it because Kyle Shanahan's kind of being quiet. He's kind of being low-key about it. So the other team, the Rams, cannot plan against it. So with that, Greenlaw coming back, that's a lock for me. If he plays, it's over. It's just over for me. You have to go all the way back to 2018, the last time the Rams swept the 49ers in a season. That's 6 years. They are also 7-3 versus the Rams in the last 10 games. The 49ers also need this way more than the Rams do, and they could start a big run with this game. When you got players coming back, you are starting to catch fire at the right time of the season. I like that. So, to my score, 49ers win 31-18, and they go over to 48.
31-18.
Yes, and they go over to 48.5 point total.
All right. That was a very compelling case, Sebastian.
See, I'm not just picking the 49ers because I like them. I'm picking them because, bro, I
don't agree with the Bears that they beat a better Bears team, but I do agree with like
a better Bears defense. I didn't mean to say
I don't
secondary.
know if I agree. No,
the Bears front line is scary,
good.
bro.
The Bears, Jalen Johnson, the cornerback for the Bears, is a dog.
Yeah,
they're good. No, they're not bad. But one of my points on my notes is that the Niners just beat a Bears team that fired their coach before the game, so they didn't have a head coach. They just beat a team without a head coach. And that same Bears team had like an all-time historic ugly loss on Thanksgiving.
So
they were just coming off a very bad loss when they should have won. They should have beat the Lions on Thanksgiving. Right.
But the way
in firing the coach,
the way I see it,
they just beat.
Yes, it's in Cali. Yes, the games in Cali, so the traveling is not that far. But you got to go from literally edging out the Bills, which the Bills are Super Bowl contenders, I would say. I think they give the Chiefs the best chance in the playoffs to beat them. On the AFC side, no. The Ravens are going to choke like they always do because they're not going to use Derrick Henry. But the point here is the 49ers are more rested. They're going into a game at home when they have They have the momentum on their side. And I know that's saying a lot considering the fact the Rams just beat the Bills. But the Rams had to take everything out of the tank to win that game. They gave it their all. The 49ers kind of cruised. They kind of just said, okay, it's easy. So I'm going to stay with that, and 49ers win this game for me.
No, it's like I said, compelling case. You're absolutely right that the 49ers are absolutely more rested. And another thing, the public may be on the Rams. So the money may be on the Rams because of what they just did. And
they upset a lot of people's parlays, boy. They upset a lot of people. So
people may be putting the money on the Rams, and Vegas may be making a call and being like, hey, man, we need the Niners to win this game. All right? But with that being said, I'm going to stick with my pick. The Rams are going to win this game 27-24. In the last game, the Niners were up 21-7 in the second half. Then they just blew that lead. They were also on the road. Now they are home. But the star wide receivers in Kupp and Nakua were not playing for the Rams in this game. And they were able to come back 21-7 in the second half.
Chase Brown scored.
Awesome. How many points do I need? I need 8 points. I need 8 points, and I jumped this man. I know Christian's hoping for it.
Boy, I got how many more points than you I got? I got the second most points scored in the league, bro.
Shanahan is 10-5 versus Rams coach Sean McVay. But McVay is 8-1 when playing on a short week. He also...
What?
Yeah. He's 8-1 when playing on a short week.
They definitely cheating over there.
He's that good of a coach, man. He's disciplined. You see the shape he's in? He'd probably kick any coach's ass in the NFL. No, not Robert. Well, I'd say Robert Saleh, but no, not Robert Saleh.
And Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell too.
Dan Campbell would bench press the shit out of that man.
Yeah, no, you're probably right about that. But like I said, McVay's 8-1 when playing on short week. He has also only swept the Niners once, as Seb said, in 2018. I think he does that this year. The Rams just beat a mid-season form Bills team, and Niners just beat a Bears team that fired their head coach, like I said, that same week before the game. That same Bears team, like I said, was coming off a horrific loss on Thanksgiving. They were still stuck in the week before that they should have beat the number one team in the NFL and the Lions, their division opponent, on Thanksgiving on the home. They're still stuck then, so they sleptwalk into the Niners. And the Rams are also one game back from the Seahawks in the division. The 49ers are 2 games back. I'm riding the feel on these teams and their seasons. Garendo is also hurt, like I said. He's ordered to get MRI. And it feels like the Rams are just on a better course than the Niners are this season. And I'm going to go with that. It's the Rams season this year when it compared to the Niners. And
the Niners have a harder remaining schedule, so they kind of need this win more.
Both teams need this win. Both teams really need this win.
Are you staying up for this?
Yeah. I'll probably do what I did last week and not watch the first half and then tune in for the second half.
Just take a nap the first half.
We'll see what happens.
Told you, pop a NyQuil and just pop a NyQuil at what?
With
5
minutes
p.m.
left?
No, pop one at 5 p.m. and then set your alarm for 8:20. Perfect. Then you can watch the whole game. You got 3 hours to back.
If I set one for 5 p.m., then I should wear off by 5 a.m.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't wake up groggy. So I should be all right.
Grog.
Yes, bro, groggy. NyQuil has effects the next morning.
Well, anyway, thanks for this amazing 2-week stretch of Thursday night legendary games. We appreciate you, NFL. We do. And we're going to lose sleep.
Well, Monday night stinks. I think it's Raiders-Falcons.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. I know it's the Falcons. I don't know if it's
Man,
Raiders.
Darnell Mooney, another 100-yard game right there.
He went off. Friggin' Falcons lost. He went off.
He didn't do anything in the second half. That's why. He did it all in the first half. He didn't do nothing in the second half. That's why. Oh, my God. Anyways, we'll see y'all next episode.
Peace.